All right, first of all, I want you to write this down. There's 3 simple steps to successful lead generation. Step number 1, my number 1 job every day is to lead generate. That's it. That's your first step. Acknowledge the fact that your number 1 job every day is lead generation. Step number 2, time block a minimum of 3 hours every day for lead generation. Get out your calendars and time block the same time every single day. Mornings are best. Your energy is higher in the morning than it is in the afternoon. Also, the time that you block in the morning is easier to protect than afternoon time and evening time. In other words, if you're blocking afternoon time and evening time, you're going to be tempted daily to erase that time in order to do something else. So morning time is best. Time block a minimum of 3 hours every day for lead generation. And then step number 3, have systems in place to protect your lead generation time against all distractions. Have systems in place to protect your lead generation time against all distractions. Now that's it, simple, right? And we can end the call right there, but we're not going to. Page 73, here's what Gary Keller has to say, middle of the page. Until your number 1 priority is done, and we've already acknowledged that our number 1 priority every day is lead generation. And for the purpose of the Survive to Thrive group, we define lead generation as 20 conversations, adding 1 new person to our database every day, finding somebody who is thinking of selling their home, whether it's 30 days from now, 6 months from now, or a year from now, doesn't matter, and meeting with that person in order to build a relationship, in order to follow up from. That's how we define lead generation. Now, until your number 1 job is done, everything else is a distraction. And I'm pretty black and white. I'm pretty direct. And when I hear everything else is a distraction, that means everything else is a distraction. Not most things, not some things. Everything else is a distraction. The number 1 challenge you will face will be consistently doing lead generation activities over time. The number 1 challenge you will face is to consistently do lead generation activities over time. It is the one true challenge all real estate agents face. Again, not some, not most, all. It is the number 1 challenge that all real estate agents face, and the number 1 stumbling block that knocks most of us out of the game. Now, just know when Gary Keller says knocking you out of the game, he means knocking you out of the game of real estate. In other words, you failed and you're moving on to something else. To ensure your lead generation is always your number 1 priority and that it gets done daily, you must acquire the discipline of time blocking. Now, I'm going to pause for a moment and I'm going to point out discipline is a myth. If you believe that you know somebody who's highly disciplined, they just look disciplined because they've created habits that look like discipline, but discipline is a myth. Gary says time blocking is setting aside daily blocks of time to execute your most important business priorities. Think of it as making appointments with yourself. Once done, you must protect that time against any and all distractions. Now, I made a list of 11 activities that I would consider lead generation. And I'm just going to go over that list with you. Number 1, update your list of expired and for sale by owners daily. Update your list of expired and for sale by owners daily. This is the low-hanging fruit. If you had to go get a listing appointment today, I would suggest you start by talking to for sale by owners and expired listings. And the purpose of the conversation is to get an appointment. I see that your listing recently came off the market. If I had a full price offer on your home today, would you want me to bring you the offer? I noticed that you're selling your home by owner. And if I were able to bring you a full price offer today, would you want me to bring you the offer? It's simple. Just call for sell by owners, call expireds every single day. Number two, plan circle prospecting around a property that recently sold. So every day you could be looking at a list of properties that have sold in your market center. If you're part of my market center in Coral Springs, we close between 120 and 140 a month. You could choose any one of those properties and circle prospect around that home. So the second thing that I would do every day is plan circle prospecting around a property that recently sold. Circle prospecting, the reason for my call, Larry, is a home in your neighborhood recently sold, which is great news. Our challenge now is we still have buyers looking for great homes like yours. And I was just curious, who do you know that might be thinking of selling their home in the next 6 months? Number three, call all expired listings and for sale by owners every day. Call all of the new for sale by owners and expireds in your market every single day. Number four, make circle prospecting calls every day. Number five, make your database calls. Do the DTD2. These are care calls to people that you are in relationship with. Use the Ford model of communication: family, occupation, recreation, dreams. Hey, Christine, John Dietz, just wanted to check in. It's been a little while since we spoke. How's your family? How are the kids? How's things going at school? What are you guys doing for fun? I think I saw on Facebook you went on vacation. Looks like you took a cruise to the Bahamas. Did you have a good time? What was your favorite part? And before I let you go, just out of curiosity, who do you know that might be thinking of selling their home now or in the next 6 months? Number six, update notes in your database. Now, I have my database open, and as I'm calling you, I'm looking at your contact information in my database. And I'm going to update the notes in my database as I talk to you. It's extreme shorthand. Nobody has to be able to read my notes other than me. And I'm putting something in there that's going to tell me important information I need to know, so the next time I call you, I can look at the notes as I'm calling you, and we can get back to a conversation we were having the last time. Number seven, make follow-up calls. Every single day, make all of your follow-up calls. Number eight, pop by 5 expired and or for sale by owner properties every day. Pick properties that aren't answering the phone. Pick homeowners that you've been calling and nobody's answering the phone, or pick properties that you can't find the phone number for, and pick 5 properties a day that are either expireds or for sale by owners and go knock on their door. Number 9, preview a minimum of 1 expired for sale by owner every single day. This is all part of lead generation. Number 10, add 1 new MET to your database every day and launch an 8x8 to build top of mind. Number 11, write 5 handwritten personal notes. Now, every time you talk to somebody, it's an opportunity to send them a personal note. Every time you meet with somebody, it's an opportunity to send a handwritten personal note. Send 5 a day. You'll send 25 a week and 100 a month and over 1,000 every year. Personal notes work. All right, weekly and monthly. I'm going to door knock my farm. I'm going to pick a neighborhood where a property recently sold, and I'm going to door knock that neighborhood. If you're Larry, you're doing this every day. He has a standard of 20 a day. There it is. Write it down. Do it. Weekly and monthly. Open houses. Open houses are a great way to meet buyers. They're also a great way to meet sellers. 60% of homeowners will visit an open house before they put their home on the market. Assume that everybody who walks in the door has a home they need to sell, and assume that it's not listed with a real estate agent. And just ask them. So, is your home on the market? Do you have a home you need to sell? And if I could provide you with an updated market analysis on your property, would you be interested in seeing what the market is for your home? This is a great way to meet sellers. Farm. Pick a neighborhood that you're going to farm. You're going to do a 12 direct, which means you're going to send something to their mailbox or hang something on their door once every month. You know, here's something really interesting. So today I was playing around doing some research, and I just jumped on one of the agents' app, their Keller Williams app, and it redirected me to my app. Okay, cool. Why am I telling you this? Because every single item that you send, whether it's part of a 12 direct or a 36 touch, should direct people to your Keller Williams app. And I got a notification on my phone letting me know that John Dietz, of course, that would be me, had visited my app, which tells me for all of you that every single time somebody visits your app, you're getting a notification on your phone telling you somebody visited your app. That's an opportunity to follow up, check in, ask them if they had any questions. You should be using this app to drive your business. Okay, and the last thing, weekly and monthly, is manage your 36 touch. Make sure you're going through your database. Make sure that everybody that's a part of your sphere of influence, your past clients, your raving fans, your core advocates, are all on a 36 touch. Make sure that you're updating it with the most updated information, and make sure you're checking to see who's been logging in to the emails that you're sending them, to the text messages that you're sending them, who's looking at your stuff. Follow up and have conversations with them. Now, everything I just gave you, if you did everything that I just gave you, you would be in lead generation 5-6 hours a day. Which means none of you should ever use as an excuse, I don't have anybody to call. All right, talk to me. What'd you hear?
John, what was number 9?
One second, Clarissa. Let me get my book back out. Preview a minimum of 1 expired and or 4 sell by owner every day. So the purpose of the call is to get an appointment. Good morning, Wadner. Good to see you in there. The purpose of the call is to get an appointment. The purpose of the appointment is to build a foundation to follow up from. Now, if I'm going on 1 appointment every day, that means I'm face to face with 250 sellers every single year, and I'm following up with them until they list their home or sell their home.
John,
Yes.
it's me, Juanita. I don't know if you can see.
Juanita, hi.
Hi. Well, I think this is awesome because looking at this, I feel that